are you able to keep up with Donald Trump or even really understand what he's doing? I mean, the last time I saw even a picture of him, he was walking around on the White House roof as if, like, I don't know, like uh, his DirecTV dish was out and he was trying to watch football. It's not even football season, so that wasn't even. But you know what I mean? He's just weird. What's everything going on these past couple of days? We're talking about grand jury on Obama for setting up the Russia. We're talking about nuclear power on the moon. We're talking about more Stephen Colbert cancellation, more South Park stuff. He's like totally into Sydney Sweeney now and thinks Sydney Sweeney is better than Taylor Swift. And I just look at all this and I'm just like, God damn, dude, how much stuff is in the Epstein files that you're trying to distract us this hardcore? And so that's why I'm making videos, because we need one more voice. Yes, we do. A lot of times we're like, we need another one of that, like we need another hole in the head. Well, apparently we already had a hole in the head because half the nation decided to elect Donald Trump. Now we're seeing what happens, what the results of that were. And so I'm making videos because we need one more voice, one more person to filter the news, to look at it, react, talk to you guys, build a community of people that think together and talk together and try and figure our way out of this. I mean, this week, the things I'm upset about this week, or today, or whenever, they all just kind of blur together. I'm upset about the fact that the Bureau of Labor Statistics put out a report that the July job numbers were not great, and in fact, the June and May job numbers were not great either. I could have told you that. I've been applying for jobs for more than a year, and this job market is something I have never seen before. So in response to that, we might, kind of adjust economic policy. We might try and reach out to some factories to see if we can spur a little bit of growth. No, he fires the person reporting it. That's the exact same tactic he wanted to take during COVID, where he just wanted to stop reporting the numbers, because if you stop reporting the numbers, everything's just fine. That's the same tactic I take with regard to my bank account. If I don't look at my bank balance, then I got money in it, right? I mean, it's crazy. And so that's why I'm speaking out, because this is I don't know, people keep comparing it to 1930s Germany or 1984, the novel by George Orwell. And that's where we are at the moment. We're in between these two things. And it is not too extreme to say that we're in 1930s Germany. My mother was born in 1930s Germany. She grew up right next to the Nazi Party. I grew up hearing stories about it. And the idea of people disappearing off the streets, yeah, that happened back then. The idea that people were at each other's throats, ready to tear each other apart, that happened back then. And the revisionist history, that's all 1984. And I'm sure I should probably study this a little bit more, but I'm sure it was also very 1930s Germany. And it's for us to say no. It's for us to stay educated, because next year's midterm is our last chance to get out of it. And that's another thing that's going crazy. Is we're literally, I don't think it's wrong to say war is kind of a formal thing. You gotta like declare it, and also there has to be like shots fired. But I think we are in something of a civil conflict right now. I think that the 2026 midterms are going to be really hairy, because of the fact that Trump basically is going down to Texas and saying, "Get me 5 more votes," telling them to gerrymander even more than they are. And Texas, I've always had a problem with Texas. I feel like Texas, their votes don't matter, or at least, how do I put this? Texas is a very disenfranchised state, because of the fact that you have this vast, vast plot of land. And they say the land doesn't vote, but there's people on that land. And if there's a shitload of land, that means there's still going to be a shitload of people, even if there's acres and acres between them. And so they're competing with the populations of Houston and Austin and Dallas and San Antonio and El Paso to try and keep things a little bit sane, the Democrats. But they're so completely disenfranchised by the fact that the Electoral College basically means that those 40% of Texas population, which is huge, they don't get heard, because all the votes go to the president. It also means they have 2 senators. And so again, all of those people, that vast swath of people, does not get heard because the 2 senators, unfortunately, are elected by a relatively small minority of Trump voters, of Republicans. And so again, a huge swath of this nation does not get heard. And this is why 2 of the things that people think I'm crazy for saying it, but I think we need to abolish the Senate because that is where progress goes to die. And obviously we need to abolish the Electoral College. I was hoping that we would obviously get through the Electoral College this one last time and then seriously talk about getting rid of it. If it was something that we were going to win popular vote anyway, and then go on to win the presidency, that would kind of cement the argument. Unfortunately, we lost both the popular vote and the Electoral College vote. So I still believe we need to get rid of it. I have all kinds of ideas for reform. Between get rid of the Electoral College, reform the Senate at least, if not abolish it. It's just a useless body that basically denies people their voice. DC and Puerto Rico statehood and Supreme Court reform are at the very least, and restore the fairness doctrine, the doctrine that says you can't be Fox News, that says that if you're going to report on matters, you have to give equal time and consideration to both sides of an issue. So that's where we are, and that's why I'm speaking out. This is sort of this video is not very focused today because I'm just now getting back to making videos and I have so much to talk about. But I did want to get out there why I'm talking, the things that I feel really strongly about, the idea that we're witnessing the death of truth. We're witnessing a system that is basically, because all the power is in one side, I don't know how we get it back. You look at the Justice Department. The Justice Department is just doing whatever it wants. It opened a grand jury on Obama's involvement in the Russia investigation. That's not cool. Nobody on our side asked for that. The majority of this nation does not want it. We're going to waste millions of dollars again, just like we wasted millions of dollars on Hunter Biden investigations. And I'm not saying we don't need to investigate. Maybe take a look at Hunter Biden, but not spend years and years and years on it. And the thing about Obama is that's just made up. That's just Trump, who feels kind of embarrassed that nobody trusted, that half the nation doesn't trust him, and he wants to get back at people for it. And the thing is, we can't stop him. We've got the courts on his side. We've got a Supreme Court that was stolen from us. At least 2 seats at least 1 seat, because it's Mitch McConnell, who we can thank for all this, who was suffering under it too, because he had no idea the Pandora's box he was opening. Mitch McConnell basically enabled them to steal 2 Supreme Court seats. Now, 1 I would be okay with, because if they just stole 1, that would mean that they stood by their principles. Either you can't nominate during the last year of a term, or you can. And so if he had done one or the other, we either wouldn't have Gorsuch or we wouldn't have Amy Coney Barrett. We have a Congress that's so goddamn weird to begin with. Mike Johnson is a weird dude, and not only that, he looks like Jack Frost on the old Halloween special, on the old Christmas special, the Rankin Bass claymation Christmas specials. That's a whole other thing. If you put glasses on Jack Frost, take a look at him, and then go back and look at Jack Frost. I don't even remember which special that was in. Maybe A Year Without a Santa Claus. Anyway. Mike Johnson's completely weird. Him and his son have this weird ass porn tracking app, which, I just tell people when I watch porn. I don't know. I watched porn yesterday. I should not have said that. I don't watch it every day. So you got Mike Johnson, and please don't just remember that last part. Okay. That's all I ask. You've got Mike Johnson, and then you've got, all the people. You've got, Marjorie Taylor Greene, apparently, and I need to read a little bit more about this. She's apparently upset because she's finally figuring out that women are left behind by the Republican Party. I think she's upset about her lack of leadership opportunities, but that's reflective of the whole thing. Obviously, reproductive rights. To me, you talk about the Republican Party, and I mean, with regard to women, reproductive rights is the main thing that I think about. But who knows? Maybe we'll go back to a time when women can't even have checkbooks anymore. We'll see, or apply for credit, or whatever. Yeah, and then as far as the Justice Department, let me get back to where I was going, which was who can we trust anymore? The Justice Department is Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and that Dan Bongino guy. Basically, three election deniers, two podcasters, and that's what we have in this administration. Between these guys and Pete Hegseth, we have basically personalities. We don't have qualifications. That's the difference between this administration and the last, is that this administration is pure ideology. There's not a plan to actually try and get things done. I think mainly because last time around, nobody really expected him to become president, so they kind of had to scramble, including Trump himself. And he's like, whatever, Republican Party, you guys tell me some people to hire, Rex Tillerson, Sean Spicer. Okay, great. They're hired. And now Trump's like, no, we're not having any of that establishment crap. I'm going to get loyalists. I'm going to get sycophants. I'm going to get crackpots. And that's what we have. So anyway, I'm just kind of going on at this point, and I don't want to make these videos to be just kind of babbling in general, but I did want to spend this video kind of expressing what I'm all about, what I believe, and where I come from. If you're wondering, I should have said this towards the beginning. If you're wondering what my perspective is, I am a former video game developer. I've been a primarily community manager, but I've done some design and production as well for games like PlanetSide, Dungeons & Dragons Online, Star Trek Online. Did a little bit for Lord of the Rings Online, the Dragon Age franchise, Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. I worked on both of those. And I'm currently disabled. I can't walk basically more than a short distance. I can't stand for 20 minutes. I'm unemployed. I'm waiting on disability benefits determination. So I'm making videos to try and, it's a long shot, but I'm trying to maybe see if I can gather an audience and monetize all this and make a little bit of money that way. There is a GoFundMe. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more and you would like me to be able to keep my castle here, you can donate to my GoFundMe, and that would be super appreciated. And then we'll just keep making content. We'll make content like every other day, every day, and we'll keep talking. We'll form a community, and this will be fun. So until next time, I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Please talk to me. Please talk to me, because I really am doing this because I want to form a community. And if we do that, I would just be so tremendously happy. So I will see you guys later. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I might record another video later today after some crazy stuff. Maybe he'll go walking around in the backyard of the. Is the rose garden in the backyard? I don't know. It's the backyard of the White House. But maybe he'll or maybe he'll yell at someone mowing the lawn like he did last year or last time around. So anyway, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you later. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Tell your friends about this video, and let's get together again soon, probably tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.